face. I don't want to look for it. Oh, it's chilly out here. What was that good food, buds? What was that good food, bud? You can't have none. No. Quit begging. Oh, a bumblebee. There's no pollen out there, sir. It is chilly because of that wind. There. No, this has chocolate in it. You can't have it. What's up? There you go, boy. Teach you to get up on a table like Kansas did. It is windy. That might block some of it. Yeah, the wind is a bit chilly. It's like 48, I think, something like that. But I got the long underwear from the fire chief on right now. Well, not the shirt. I'm thinking about putting that on. But I was able to get a ride from Cuba out to the Park Hills area, which put me like 5 days closer to the American Discovery Trail. And I found a way to not have to go through St. Louis to be able to get to it. So in like 5 days, I'll be at the Popeye statue in Chester, Illinois. So he helped speed up my trip a little bit. It was wild though. I had literally just walked past the sign of Cuba, and he like drove by with his head out, said something or honked, beeped a little bit. And then I still had like a half a mile of like little stuff to go to get into town, and a couple football fields, whatever. I look up and he's actually parked, standing outside of his car, ready to like talk to me. And talked to me, ended up inviting me over to his house, went and grabbed his Durango so he could put the backpack and boots and I in there, and he let me sleep at inside last night, and it was supposed to be down to like 28, 30 degrees, so that was nice. He gave me some cash. My phone bill is up on the 11th, so he gave me a little bit of cash towards that. I don't know. This journey, God just keeps putting people in my path that, like, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I did for him, but I met him for a reason. Kind of like Mike. Andy bought us dinner last night and a joint. So I finally got to get high. Get a little buzz. And he let me keep it, so I have a little bit left today. It'll be nice to finally relax back out in nature, smoke a little bit and go to sleep. Not that the hotel room wasn't nice and staying at Tommy's wasn't nice. It's just I do like me some nature. It's more peaceful. Guilty of having so much on hand. What do you mean? Why do you feel guilty? Oh, he let me shower too, so that was cool. What I should do for you guys is, oh, it's all good. That was the first time he had smoked in a while, and he was real Christiany, um, if you want to put it like that, which wasn't a bad thing. I don't mind it at all. But like, because he lives that life, he doesn't really drink or smoke. So it was fun to see him get high for the first time in a while. Turns out he was an Army Ranger. Um, so he started talking about what was in my pack, which is something I should probably do for you guys. Is like do a pack load, um, like what I have. But I told him that I have like 3 water filtration systems. I have 2 pocket knives. One's more for self defense. One's more a tool. Um, like I got my cook thing. I got my BioLite. I have pliers. I have wire. Um, I have a couple tools to be able to like hunt and fish if I want to. Like I have I can road walk and I can do the whole like stopping at gas stations and whatnot and asking for their hot food they're gonna throw away, which is fine. I don't have a problem doing that because I don't like food waste. When I managed a gas station overnight, if somebody asked me for food, I gave it to them if I was gonna throw it out. But I can do that, or I have the ability to, go out into nature and provide for myself if I have to, or if I want to. If I get tired of road walking and I want to take a couple day break, I can just walk into the woods. But yeah, my pack weighs about 45, 50 pounds. He actually, when we got to his place, I set my pack down on the concrete, and we moved over to the house, and he was like, "You get the dog, I'll grab your bag," and he could barely actually like. He got it up there, but he struggled with it. He was like, "Holy shit, you're walking with this much on your back?" I mean, it's about a third of my weight. I'm like 5'11" and 3/4, so like almost 6 foot, and 160 pounds. He had a scale. I weighed myself, and I was 160. Like, it is kind of crazy, but all of it allows me to stay out in the field longer. Like, for example, no, there you go. Like, when I got here, I was looking around. There's a power box that I'm charging my power bank at right now, but there's no water. But there is water coming out of the ground over there, and there's water coming out of the ground over here. So I have a water source to be able to stay here because I have my water filtration. And I have food for, like, if I wanted to stay here for a day, I have enough to be able to stay here for a day or two, actually. The nice thing about it being cold like this and cold at night, if you pack your hot dogs with your clothes, it insulates them, but it also keeps them cold. They don't warm up as fast in the day. It's a little cooler trick. Oh yeah, I have a fishing pole too. I have fishing line and bobbers before that, but now I actually have a pole and a reel. You know, um, I have a couple creature comforts. I have a speaker. I don't really need it. I rarely ever use it. But sometimes it's nice, like, because I'm going to be hanging out here, I might download a movie on Netflix and sit here and watch it, and I'll use my speaker. Boots, what are you doing? Are you eating bugs? Eat it. Dork. Yeah. There's a bunch of little grasshoppers jumping around. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he started limping yesterday, but he seems fine today. We're going to walk about an hour and a half to the edge of the next town here in a little bit, but that's as far as we're going to. I'm going to take him today. It's like 3.5 miles. See how he does on that 3.5 miles. That'll determine whether or not I need to rest him longer. But I don't know if he just like stepped in something, a hole yesterday, or his paws didn't look raw. And me touching him didn't hurt, so. What I need to do is, once he's used to walking all these miles, I need to get him a pack so he can pack some of this stuff, like his own food. Little jerk. Huh, little jerk. There's a stop sign coming into this trailhead parking lot, and there's nobody in the booth, but people are still stopping. There's only been 2 or 3 other cars that have pulled in, but everybody stopped. Cause I'm right. I'm at one of the trailheads for St. Joe National or State Forest. Nobody getting out of the boat. Quiet. Nobody getting out of their car though has any of the gear that I do. So I kind of look like I've been living in the woods for the last week. Boots, quiet. Hey, leave it alone. I'm back. My bad. Yeah, the Northern Trail. Shush. And yes, as far as comfort items, they're necessary. He's not. I'm not in there. He's not there. He will be though. I'm sure. Boots, come here. Boots, calm. Get over here. Sit down. Is that you? The comfort things are definitely a necessity. I could use like my clothes bag as my pillow, but my friend Jerica that I talked about, the fundraiser for the Fight for Milo, she gave me a smiley face pillow. So that's like, usually I strap it to the outside of my pack because it's been raining. It's been inside of it taking up a bunch of room, but I usually have this strapped to the back of my backpack. I don't know. Nice. I was about to roll myself up a spliff. I try to conserve what I got. Oh, they're pretty puppies. You be quiet. No. You be quiet. Boots. Relax. Hello. You be quiet, mister. Boots. Hey. Shut up. You're not a husky. Boots. Knock it off. Oh, I mean, if you're allowed to grow it where you live, grow it. I've met a few people along the way that do. Yeah, I swear. I swear the other 25% isn't actually collie, it's actually blue heeler, but he has a collie body. You're a good boy. Are you a good boy? And I'm starting to think one of his parents was a red heeler. Because he's got a little bit of, in the sunlight, it's a little bit of a red. Like a red-black. He gets me a lot of attention too, though. like Tommy. He was like, this dude has a fishing pole strapped to his backpack. He's walking a dog. This dude's on a mission. He thought I was training for something, actually. I was like, no, I just put on a 50-pound pack and started walking. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but walking the trails, the only reason I got off the trails is because tornadoes came through the area and I was having to cut my way through the trail, and it was just too much work. It was taking me too long to go as far as I was trying to get. Because I'm trying to get to the American Discovery Trail, which I will do before the real heat comes. Because once I get to the trail, there'll be people along the way that I can connect with and whatnot. Resources as far as, you know, camaraderie is the biggest thing. That's part of the personal part of this journey for me, is to find my people. None of my family knows whether or not I'm alive or dead. And I'm pretty sure they don't really care. So I've picked up a grandma and grandpa and a little brother along the way. You know, I'm not sure if Matt, the fire chief, is a cousin or a brother. Tommy, he just called me, and he wants to go camping maybe so that I can rest boots, and realizing how much time he just saved me. I have a couple days to spare based on the schedule, the tentative schedule that I have set for myself. Be good. No chewing. What's up? 3 people in here now. I'm just walking across America. Yeah, I should put my pack up here so y'all know it's real. And my pillow. Let me set the stage real quick. Hold on. There. Can you see now? My smiley face pillow. This is what it looks like when you walk across America. Everything in my pack. Oh, there's not 3. I just had a smudge. Bird. Don't you fall over, phone. I only got one phone. Yeah. That's the 45-pound pack. I really need a better pack, honestly. I'm already ripping this one by how much I'm carrying in it and kind of stretching it out. There you go. Huh. Yeah. Oh yeah. This side's starting to split too. I have a solution for that I've found, and it's wire. It's how I kind of, the other side is split right here. I just connected it with wire. It's working for now, but it won't work for long. What I need to do is, I have a company that's reached out to me that wants me to use their video editing thing, and they'll pay me to do it. So I might do that. Or I really need to get a design made and start actually get the on-demand like hat and sweatshirt deal going. Because then I can make money passively from that. Also, another thing that I'm going to do is there's a website called Pickfair where I can upload pictures and people can buy them there as like stock photos. But there's a few different ways, and I'm going to start trying to make money while I'm out here on this walk. Because I can't just, I can't keep relying on the grace of God to get me by. I do believe in the old saying of God doesn't do for those who don't do for themselves. So, like, that's smart. That might have saved me, but then again, it's only a $45 Ozark Walmart backpack. It might be a 40-liter backpack, but I don't think it's meant to do what I'm doing. I think I've already put it through its ringer. What would be really cool is if there was a company out there that wanted to sponsor me. That'd be sweet. Yeah, you got some ice cream runs. The funny thing to me is that like all these little stores are selling THCA, and that's the same thing that dispensaries sell too. It's because it's quote unquote cheaper, and they can sell it, the people cultivating it, they can sell it to more people. But down here in Missouri, the dispensaries pay a higher tax, so nobody goes to the dispensaries. They go to, unless the county doesn't allow like tobacco stores or vape stores to sell weed. Then it most likely doesn't have a dispensary in it. But what? Don't whine at me. Where my papers go? Oh, yeah. There's no reason to. if I was heading west, I'd head through Holden, Missouri, where I used to stay, and there's a guy out there who's a buddy of mine, or I should say just an acquaintance, but he works at the head shop out there, and he told me he'd hook me up with 8 jars for $5 a piece, but I'm not heading that way. What I need to do is, I haven't gotten my physical credit card yet, but it allowed me to attach it to my PayPal. So I'm wondering if the digital version is good to go or not. Yeah, that makes sense. I found some of the there's a few different brands out there that are actually pretty decent when it comes to the high you get from them. I guess at the end of the day, as long as it smokes like weed and tastes like weed for me, that's all I really care about, and the high is good. I don't like having to smoke a lot of it. That's actually why there's a website, Boston Hemp, that I was going to buy some THC isolate powder from, or THCA isolate powder from, and it's like 95% pure, so all I'd have to do is just sprinkle a little bit in one of the cigarettes that I roll, and it'd be like smoking a whole blunt. I haven't found the powder at any of these places down in Missouri. I've seen the crystals, but I don't want to deal with crystals. Not to mention, I don't have the money for it anyways. As it is, the little bit of cash that Tommy gave me, I got to put that on my Cash App and change the way that I pay for my phone. And I still need a little bit of money for it, so if you don't hear from me after the 11th, it's because my phone got shut off and I'm trying to figure out a way to pay it. Yeah. See, I like wax. I just don't have the rig for it out here. I mean, I could roll it into something like this and it'd work a little bit, but the powder would be better. Except for on days like this where it's windy. But yeah, it was $29.99 for a 2-gram little cup of 95%. That's what I was thinking. Also, mostly because it doesn't smell like anything, whereas like flower does. So me walking across states and doing what I do, stealth camping and dealing with the cops potentially, I don't really want anything that stinks. What's up? What's going on, Plymouth? Yeah, no, that's what I thought about the price too. I asked my guy that works at the head shop about it, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know. That sounds too cheap." But they were selling it in bulk. Like, the biggest container was like 50 grams or whatever. And yeah, you could get like a whole can. The jars that an eighth comes in, that full of the THCA powder. Because drinking, doing what I'm doing, doesn't work. You can't dry yourself out and then walk 15 miles a day. Yeah, I bet. Just go to Holland. Everything's in Holland. Ah, the adventure family comes together. I just figured I was sitting at the park today. I might as well go live. I'm resting Boots because he was limping yesterday. I did. I did get some smoke. Tommy, I don't know if you caught it yesterday that like when I walked into this town, there was somebody waiting outside of their car for me, and I walked up to him and he invited me into his home and kept me warm last night in the 30 degrees. Kept Boots warm, but he bought dinner and he ended up buying a couple joints, and yeah, gave me one for the road. And like now, because I'm resting Boots, I'm just sitting at the park table by myself. Finally, again, I can really decompress. Um, I'm out in nature. Oh yeah, yep. He's a cool dude. He actually just called me. He just dropped me an hour away from uh, where I was. So I was in Cuba, Missouri, and that's where he lives. He drove me an hour east, closer to the American Discovery Trail this morning. So he just called me, and because he realized that him driving me that hour would have been like, that's roughly like 5 days, 6 days of walking. Um, so he was like, I just realized I saved you a bunch of time. We should have went camping for a couple days so you could have rested the dog. And I was like, well, I'm still sitting at the park, so if you want to do that, dude, I'm down for it. So he might take me camping and his treat, all the stuff. Um, what's up, Zachy? Like it's this journey that I'm on, this walking across the country, and it's about meeting people. I didn't ask him for a single thing that he did for me. Um, everything that he did for me, the God or the universe gave him a sign or said that he needed to do it. You know what I mean? And I accept what people do because I want to show you guys how good people are. Like I'm walking across the country right now. My bank account is negative $23. Thanks to Sir Smokes a Lot in here. He sent me $10. Otherwise, it was negative $33.91. But it's because the AllTrails app that I need for walking these trails coming up debited the wrong account, and I didn't realize that I set it up that way, and blah blah blah. Whatever. I'm negative in the account, so like I didn't even have any money to buy a coffee yesterday morning. And when I was sitting in St. James outside of Casey's charging my power bank, some old man, Vietnam vet, walked up to me and was like, I don't know your situation, but can I buy you anything? And I was like, a coffee would be wonderful. you know. And he asked me if I wanted any food for me or the dog or anything. I just told him the coffee was all I wanted. That was enough. Because that was the only thing sitting outside that I was actually desiring. I have everything I need. You know, it all fits in this pack. This is everything I own. You know, it's my life. My couch is anywhere. My bed is anywhere. I was telling Sir Smokes a lot in here that I need to do like a rundown of what I actually carry. Because some of it's redundant, but I'm doing great. I am doing wonderful. Some of it's redundant. Like I have three water filtration apparatuses. I have, you know, this blanket that I have on the outside here. That was a choice between getting a sleeping pad, like one of the waffle pads, or getting a blanket. I can sleep on the blanket, or I can cover myself with the blanket if it's cold. The waffle pad, the accordion waffle pad, you can't, like, it's not a blanket. It could be a wind block, but this blanket has double use. The walking pole that I have, I use that mostly to set up my tent and keep it open, or tarp. But it's also a walking stick. When I do have to walk in different areas, I can use a stick to keep balance. I don't have to use my abdomen and body as much with a 45-pound pack on my back. And Y3 filtration, because I mean, things fail. So it's better to be redundant, and water filtration is one of the lightest things I can carry. It does take up a little bit of space. But wait, it's not a lot of weight. And like I was telling the guys before, I'm sitting at a trailhead. That building behind me is a locked bathroom. It does have power. That's where I'm charging my power bank right now. But there's nothing around me. There's no place to get water. And let's see. It's 2 in the afternoon. I have this much water left. But what there is around me is there's water flowing out of the hillside over there. And behind me, there's a spring coming out of the hill. So when you're filtering water, you have the chance of clogging one of your filters. This Sawyer kit's nice because you can unclog it by flushing it out backwards. But this Life straw is a little bit different. You can't, it's not meant to be flushed out backwards like that. But I can walk up to water and just take a drink if I want to, or I can, this has the ability to screw on to the water bottle that I do have. So I fill up dirty water in here, or these things are easier to use, better to use. They're like a liter, 32 ounces of water. And you fill this up. Screw it on, and you can fill up your water bottle. Um, you can also, I have a couple extra lids that go on this. So if I need to, I have the ability to carry extra water if I know I'm going to be like leaving a water source for a period of time and not reaching another one. But also, if I don't need to carry that water and I don't want to take up a lot of space by carrying just an extra water bottle, even if it's empty, these roll up into uh, decent size. These, I believe these are one use ones. You can buy these on Amazon, like a 2 in a pack for like 15, 16 bucks. Yeah. Well, and I mean, I have the ability to, boil water, because I have this. Um, but I'd rather not. It's an extra step. I haven't done it in the 10 days that I was on the trail. I haven't gotten sick from any of the water that I drank. The nice thing about like Missouri here is there's a lot of springs coming right out of the ground, and if you can find those and there's not a ton of like foot traffic from humans where there's trash laying around or animal trails, then there's not going to be much of a issue drinking from that, even just straight up without filtering it. When I was living on the homestead, we took water out of the springs to drink, and we didn't filter it, we didn't treat it whatsoever. Best tasting spring water, and it was free. Oh, that helps read. Well, there'll be certain things in my pack that I'll end up dropping, just due to weight and not needing them. Like the sweatshirt that I have, I actually have 2 sweatshirts, um, because I was planning on being outside in the 30 degrees, so sleeping at night, throw on all your sweatshirts and hop in the sleeping bag with the dog, and you'll be warm all night, especially since I have the blanket. Um, but some of that stuff I'll end up dropping just because weight and space, and I'll be able to carry more dog food and more food for myself, so I'll be able to actually go longer. I wonder what I missed. Nope. What else? Oh, I have my electronics bag. Oh, this thing's a beauty. This is from the BioLite that I have, but this light plugged into my Anker battery bank. It'll stay on for an hour, and it only takes 1% off my battery bank. And it's bright too. Like it's almost too bright to use if you're trying to stealth camp. But once I get to the trail and I'm able to camp at places, it's a nice little area camp light. And it's not blinding to other people. It's like a yellow light. The BioLite has come in handy. I don't know if you jumped in on the live while I was with Dylan, but we used it to cook up some food, some chili dogs. That was the first time along his like journey that he'd had warm chili dogs, and I was like, see, this is why I carry the stuff that I carry, because at the end of the day, these little comforts, sure, they're not necessary in a sense. Like you can hope for food from the gas station, hot food before they throw it away, or you can rely on yourself to, if you're carrying a pack of hot dogs, all I got to do is walk into those woods right now, take out my BioLite, and have a little fire and cook some hot dogs up, which I've actually thought about doing. I need to have lunch. I haven't eaten today, except for the little bit of peanuts I have had left. So, yeah, I'm out here doing it a little different than I think a lot of people do, but it works for me. I got a fishing pole. When I hit lakes or rivers, I can go fishing for food. The fire chief gave me this little fan, so I wasn't gonna take it because it takes up space, but it's a little comfort thing, and I might use it at night one of these upcoming nights when it gets hot and muggy along the trail and I want a little bit of fan to cool off. Sure, we'll pull it out, and I'll think of the fire chief that helped me out, bought me new shoes. Well, the BioLite is like, I think it's 2 pounds 8 ounces. So that's a bit of the weight in my pack. Probably the second heaviest thing that I carry is Boots dog food, and then would be my clothes would be the next thing. But like I said, clothes will dwindle here as it warms up. Boots is dog food. If any of you are hikers, you'll know. But there's your consumables dwindle. So like, the weight of his dog food dwindles daily, twice a day. My food dwindles twice a day. So that weight goes away. You might add in 10 pounds, but in a few days, you're down that 10 pounds. Which my phone bill comes up due on the 11th, and hopefully I can get it paid for. Otherwise, if you don't see me for a while, I'm just trying to figure out how to get my phone paid. And yeah, but Boots' dog food is like $9 for like a 5-pound bag. I'm hoping maybe my credit card and the PayPal and the NFC chip all work together so that I can actually buy something. Because if that works, then I don't have to worry about it. I can charge Boots' dog food. But if it doesn't work, then I don't know. I'm not sure. That's when I resort to, I guess, living off the land. I'll just shoot him a couple squirrels and cook them up, and he can eat those. I got a slingshot that goes on one of my pocket knives. It's not very big, but it's useful. It'll take out a squirrel. little guy. I need the Fowler guy, you know, the YouTuber that won the show alone. I need him to send me a real wrist rocket. But again, there's the thing of like everything in my pack has at least a double, if not triple use. Well, most things. This little can of Body X actually even has double use. I can use it to start a fire if I need to, and smell good. Or better. Maybe not good. This flashlight doubles as a battery bank. Speaking of, I should probably go plug this in because I think... Oh no, it's at 98%. Never mind. But this will charge my phone one time. This is a dog nail clipper, but it's also like a wire snipper if I needed it. I do have a pair of pliers, but this also has a little cutter on it. I carry wire. Probably can't show you that this way, but y'all know what these little bottles are. That has matches in it. Let's see. Quiet. How you doing? Pretty good. We're just hanging out, taking a break from walking across the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Boots, quiet.
You're
Yeah.
all the way across, huh?
Well, so Boots, quiet. Hey. No. Quiet. I was living on a homestead in Arkansas. Hey, quiet.
Yeah. Oh, really?
But the tornado took down so many trees. I was having to cut my way through it, so
Yeah.
I ended up getting on the road. And I'm road walking to the American Discovery Center in Illinois. That's where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Which will be in about a week. 5 days to walk there.
Yeah.
But then I'm heading east to Minneapolis. So yeah.
That's a real deal there.
I got like 1,100 miles kind of different. So yeah, if you see me, I've got my stuff out. I'm having lunch.
Yeah.
I actually have a YouTube channel. So I'm actually live on that.
No bicycle, you walking, huh?
Do about 50 miles a day. Boots, quiet.
You want to make it to the Appalachian Trail, huh? You gonna walk that whole trail?
I'm only, so it meets at about halfway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna head south. Boots! By September.
Yeah. Wow. I wish you luck. That's a long way.
I'm doing it on basically a $0 budget too. I live off the grace of people. I walked into people the other day. Invited me in, keep me out of the cold last night.
Oh, really?
You know, just things like that.
That's
It's pretty awesome. Like,
oh yeah, I bet.
the people
Everybody
I've,
dreams of doing that.
the people I've met along the way,
Yeah.
I met the fire chief of Raymond.
Really?
And he took me to the fire department. there's a fundraiser for the trip.
Yeah. No problem.
But like I cook for the fire department.
Yeah. Eric, nice to meet you. What's your YouTube channel? I'm always on YouTube.
Adventure Boots.
Adventure Boots.
His name is Boots. It's,
Okay. I'm always on YouTube. I'm on it.
yeah, that's his picture. There'll be a video about you. I'm sure they'll listen to our conversation.
Okay, thanks a million. I'm gonna do some riding.
You have a great rest
You
of the day.
too.
Stop barking at people, dude. That's funny. That guy's awesome. He just he helped me out with $10. That's part of the reason I told him what I was doing is because he was giving me a funny look from the time that he got out of his car to now. I was the only one here, and now at one point, and there wasn't 3 cars, and I have all my stuff on the table, so people are like, what's that guy doing? Oh, quiet. I'd let you run if you wouldn't run down to those cars. You were running everywhere when we first got here, you goof. What? Don't look at me with that stern face. A good boy. Are you a good boy? Are you a pretty boy? Are you thirsty? Water? Food? Water? Food? Dork. I bet. I told you, he sounds like a husky. Your husky probably thought that she found her long lost brother. You know, I had Tommy drop me off here because I thought that nobody would be coming out here. And if I did see anybody, it would be other hikers. And I didn't know it was a bike trail. Boots. You do not need to be loud. I kind of lied to him. I should be in Chester by like Friday. I should be showing you guys a statue of Popeye by Friday. Popeye the Sailor Man. Oh, what else can I show you guys? Oh, you know one of the best things that I have is these little bungees. Those are great. This is the water bottle that's a water filter. I took this one because it's also a water bottle. I don't know. It's another way to carry water. Alright, so you want to know something funny? Boots does not know how to eat a hot dog. He tries to swallow it whole like he's... And, yeah, I found that out. So I have to actually cut up his hot dogs that I give him. Can you believe that? Cutting up a dog's hot dogs, because no. One of the next things I need to do as a comfort thing is stop at a gas station and grab condiments. I'm really missing not having mustard on this right now. Yeah, that speaking of giving dogs things, I've thought about carrying a bone for him, but that's extra weight because he needs a heavy ass bone because he'll just break them. Bear. Uno momento, por favor. All right, I'm back. You said what? I spent a year. Yeah, exactly. Um, what's his name? Dylan stole me some Louisiana hot sauce. I didn't even ask for it. I had to get away from that dude. But it was in a glass bottle, so I didn't take it. I'm not interested in having red sauce break all over the inside of my pack. Mm. What? Don't whine at me. Not only that, but yeah. He got us to that river because he wanted to drink. He got us to that river at dark. And yeah, the first time we were near the river at the beach on the sand, we didn't need to. We got given food by the gas station. Like, we didn't need to catch a fish and start a fire out there. But yeah, fishing's hard. I had no idea what a lot of these like little rivers aren't exactly deep. They have deep runs along one of the bank sides usually, and then they spread out and they're real shallow. And yeah, I had no idea what the river looked like that I was throwing a bobber into. He he's an interesting fellow. I think not trying to toot my own horn here, but I think he didn't necessarily like me because I'm capable of doing more than he is. Like he and he has this idea that he thinks he deserves people's kindness and whatnot because he's doing what he's doing. Um, yeah. Well, yeah, no, it's definitely not. Um, I'm gonna be coming up on a couple lakes because I'll be on the rivers to river trail, or river to river trail, once I get a little bit into Illinois, and there's some lakes along the way that I might try fishing at, because I'm definitely better fishing in a lake than a river. I did some catfishing in Minnesota, but not a lot. Um, I've done a little bit of river fishing, but down here there's not a lot of like fish species like there is in Minnesota, where you can throw a bobber into a lake and you can come out with a bluegill or a perch or a bass or a bullhead or a walleye or a northern. You got all your. It's a little bit easier, but I have a frog gig. That's one of the tools that I do have. So I have a spear. I don't know if you can see, it's got barbs on it. I mean, that's what it's for frogs, but if I had to, I could use this for like a spring trap for rabbit or squirrel. I can put it on a stick and fish with it. I could try my luck at like spearing a rabbit or a squirrel. All right. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of small ponds in Minnesota, but there's also a lot of. Where the hell is my? There it is. I mean, most of the lakes in Minnesota have fish in them. Most of the rivers do too, including the nasty Mississippi. Yes, this is cold luncheon meat. Product of Denmark. Thank you, Denmark. Let's see. Total fat, 6 servings per container. 6. Total fat, 16 grams. Cholesterol, 35. Sodium, 550 milligrams. Woo! Protein, 8 grams. Yeah. But it's got more flavor than a hot dog does. There you go. That's disgusting. If I had hot sauce, this would be phenomenal. But uh-huh. Well, I mean, the luncheon meat. This looks like canned cat food. Like, it's meat paste. I thought about cooking it. It's just too windy out here. Like, I know, I'm gonna eat these. Gross. Although, I've never had sardines. Or anchovies. Hey, this is where Smiley comes in the best. I have a bony ass. And now I have a butt cushion. Yeah, Have you ever fed a dog or a cat a warhead? That is hilarious. I might have to do it to Boots. As a rite of passage. I did it to my first childhood blue heeler, and that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. What, are you too hot? You don't want to lay in the sun? You know the sun's going to go down and you're going to be cold. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is my blanket Boots likes to cover up with. Like, if it was too cold just sitting here and he was shivering because he's a big baby, yeah, I'll cover him up. I'll wrap him up, and he'll just lay under the blanket. I got Hank Hill butt cheeks. Do you? Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, I mean, it's an alright problem to have. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life. You know, like when I got to Cuba yesterday, um, like mentally I was dragging. Mentally I was done walking the 15 miles, but my body was like, "You can do it." And I don't know, like I've toned out. I've lost all my being an alcoholic uh, weight. All my beer weight. And yeah, I, I feel good. My body looks a bit way better. It's I wish you could get out here and walk, dude. I wish everybody could do what I'm doing and challenge their body and their mind. Um, I mean, I guess I don't know if I make it look easy on YouTube. It's not necessarily that it's easy, but oh, dude, I saw a wolf uh, carcass on the side of the road the other day. I haven't uploaded the short, but I got a video of it. I had to take a second look because I was like, that is not a coyote. Wolves weren't something that I was planning on being in the woods with necessarily. Like, I'm used to them in northern Minnesota, but um, I wasn't thinking about it down here. Oh yeah, I mean, if I wanted to stop and just like go into the woods and hang out, I have the ability to do that. The freedom to do that is amazing, but there's a struggle that comes with doing it too. Um, Not always necessarily knowing where your next meal or next blessing is going to come from. Um, while I'm while I'm working on different avenues to create money from like doing YouTube, but also selling stock photos and um, things like that. Those are things that I've just recently decided to do. So I have no income on those. So I'm still relying on like the universe to help me along the journey. I believe that some days we might have to put in 130%, but like on average, if you do 75%, the universe blesses you with the other 25. And I like to go back to the story of me walking 25 miles between two towns couple years ago, last year, on my birthday, and I was talking to my mom. She's passed away. I believe she's up in heaven. There's a heaven, there's a hell. But anyways, um, I was talking to her and I was like, Mom, I'll walk the entire 25 miles, but it'd be really cool if you could give me a birthday gift that gives me a ride the last like quarter of the way. And sure enough, that's how I met Jerica. And then she ended up letting me rent her camper for a few months while I stayed and worked there. And then she drove me down to Missouri the first time I was in Missouri. So like the meeting the people along the way, and Milo's still alive. By the sounds of it, she's got like a deal on the table that allows her to keep Milo alive. Um, but if anything else were to ever happen, it's an automatic that putting the dog down. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no fighting it, and it's something she has to sign to. But um, if she does, then that that part, she no longer has to pay for a lawyer, and she wins. Her dog gets to live. So even if he has to be outside in a muzzle and on a leash, like it's a win. She still has her pup. Now she's just working on like bringing her finances back. She tapped out herself, and her bank account's been negative for uh, months. And like I called her and I asked her if there was a chance she might be able to help me out this Friday and help me pay my bill. And um, she's like, I don't even know. I mean, I'll try if I can, but I'll see if I can. And normally, like if she was in a good spot financially, she wouldn't even necessarily blink at doing that, because she would want to know where I am. She'd do it for her own selfish reasons, I feel like. I talk to her pretty much every day about like where I'm at and what I'm doing, how me and Boots are. I text Jeannie from time to time. Matt, her grandson, who I've decided is like a little brother to me, um, he let me know that he lost his uncle a couple days ago, and I've been waiting to talk to him again. I know he was going out to the homestead, and there's not good service out there, so um, waiting for him to get back into town and see my text or give me a call. But that was humbling. having him reach out and tell me that his uncle had passed away, and you know, that's what this journey for me is about, is the connections I make with people along the way that become friendships, or you know, whatever. Mike, the fire chief, he was texting me. He asked me if I got to St. James the other day, and then he asked me if I had gotten to Cuba the next day, and I was like, I appreciate you caring about me. I don't have many people that do. So it's nice to have you like check on me. And he was like, all right, I don't want you to feel like I'm bothering you. I was like, don't feel like you're bothering me. It's fine. I'm sure he'd be surprised to know that I made it an hour away. Because once I hit the ADT, I'll actually relax a little bit. Once I hit that trail, I'll relax. Because traversing Missouri I started in Thomasville. I've done like 100+ miles. Well, yeah. But like that, hiking the Ozark Trail was what I was kind of not ready for. I knew I wasn't because of the mountainous range, and I knew there was a storm that had just gone through there, and I was like, yep, all right, gotta get off trail. I spent an entire day going through there with a little handsaw, like setting my pack down, going forward, cutting a path, going back for the backpack, picking it up and doing it again. And I just decided I couldn't exert that much energy out in the field. I didn't have the resources. And hunting and trapping like that takes a day or two to set up and get right. So like, yeah, it wasn't worth it for me to stay on the trail and cut through all the trees. That's 100% true. That's 100% true. I've met some good people. Even the guy I just talked to on the bike that just passed by, that was giving me the weird eye, getting ready and whatnot. He ended up giving me $10, you know, to fund this journey that I'm on. Because I'm like new people are joining, so I'm repeating myself. But I'm walking across the country on like a $0 budget. You know, it's part of the reason that I have all the tools that I have, is so that I am reliant on myself if I have to be. But the biggest part for me showing YouTube is just showing people how good people are. You know, there are truly still good people, genuinely good people everywhere. I meet them all the time. I have conversations with them all the time. The media likes to portray this like negative part of society, and you know, it's not true. And maybe it helps that I can talk to people and I have the gift of gab, that like I completely disarm that guy. That guy does not care about what I'm doing. Even if he knew I was camping out here, he's not going to call the cops on me. Why? Because he thinks it's pretty cool what I'm doing, walking across the country. So like, yeah. a lot of people do want to do what I'm doing, just can't do it because of many different reasons. So I guess I'm out here doing it for people. And along the way, I'm helping people. You know, I got some puppies rescued in Winona, Missouri. Um, you know, like I got to cook for the fire department the other night. Um, and I've worked for people along the way, helping them, you know, build retaining walls on their property. You know, I went to the homestead to learn about homesteading, but I really ended up getting forced into like the everyday life of actually doing and living homesteading because Jeannie broke her leg on the second day I was there. All the animal chores fell on me. You know, the water, uh, you know, moving firewood around, you know. And then on top of that, also completing some of the projects that she wanted. But I'm glad I left there. I left her with a garden that she can grow all of her food that she wants to be able to can it for winter. Like, and we left on good terms. It was just our dogs didn't get along. And they're elderly, they're set in their ways, and you know, having somebody half their age come in and literally start doing what they do on a daily basis, but do it differently because Jeannie broke her leg. Like it was hard to take for them. You know, they've been doing that lifestyle for 40 years. So I have somebody come in and be like, "No, I think you're doing it wrong, or you could do it this way," and not necessarily even saying that to them, but just doing it differently. Them seeing that it's being done differently. It was just it was a thing. You know, the biggest thing though was the dogs. I had told her that I wasn't gonna leave the property until I got her garden fixed. Mm. She sells her plants too for income, extra income. So like, her greenhouse, I cleaned up a little bit, and you know, got a couple different shelvings built in there so that she can do her stuff a little bit easier. And now she has a way to make a supplement her income. Like, God keeps putting me in these people's lives at different times when they're in need, or you know, and they provide something I need. Like being at Jeannie and did my phone just hit 5%? Ah, my phone just hit 5%. Yeah, I gotta go so I can charge the phone. It was good talking to you guys. I don't know if I'll delete this. It'll sit there and drain my battery trying to upload 2 hours worth of a live, but I might leave it up. We've had some good conversations in here. But have a good day. Go live your dream. Do what you believe you can, and don't let anybody tell you you can't, because they wouldn't or couldn't. Have a good one.